Hello students, today's agenda is to check homework. We'll be learning about multi-step and simple rational equations, and you will be able to do 4.3. Today, students will be able to create and solve multi-step and simple rational equations from word problems. Number 1 says, Kayla goes to the bookstore every week. Every time she goes, she fills 2 backpacks full of books and carries an extra book in her hand. She does this for 4 weeks. Then she gives away 6 books. Now she has 30 books. So the first thing that we need to do is underline the keywords. In here it says that she goes every week and fills out 2 backpacks full of books. So we know that it's 2 backpacks, but we don't know how many books in each backpack. And she carries an extra book in her hand. And she repeats this same action every time she goes for 4 weeks. Then she gives away 6 books. Now she has 30 books. After we set up the equation, we're going to do distributive property. And so 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 1 is 4, and bring everything else down. After that, we're going to combine like terms, meaning variable terms with variable terms and constants with constants. In here, because we have a positive and a negative, we subtract and leave the greater sign. Since the 6 is bigger, that means that the answer is going to be negative, and 6 minus 4 is 2. Equals 30. Now we're going to cancel. Since we're subtracting 2, the opposite is to add 2. And we get 8x equals 30 plus 2 is 32. Finally, if we're multiplying, the opposite of multiplication is division. Remember that in division, we always keep the same sign. We don't change it. And so x is equal to 32 divided by 8, 4. How many books can she fit in a backpack? She can fit 4 books in each backpack. Okay, make sure that you write your answer in a sentence. Number 2 says, you go to the store and buy 4 bags of candy. You then eat 3 candies. Then you go back twice more. Each time you get 2 bags of candy, after that you eat 1 more candy. After that you will still have 156 candies. How many candies are in each bag? So we started with 4 bags of candy, so 4x. Then you eat 3. You go back twice more, so you go again 2 times. And each of those times you're going to get 2 bags of candy. 2 bags of candy. Then you will eat 1 more candy. So that's why it's minus, because you eat it. After that, you will still have 156 candies. In here, what we're going to do first is multiplication and bring the rest down. So 4x minus 3. 2 times 2x is 4x. Minus 1 equals 156. Now we're going to combine like terms. So terms that have variables with terms that have variables. And they have to have the same variable and raised to the same power. And constants with constants. Okay? So 4x and 4x is 8x. Negative 3 and negative 1 is negative 4. Remember that when we have the same sign, we add and keep the sign. And equals to 156. Now we're going to cancel. If we're subtracting, the opposite is to add. We get 8x equals 160. Finally, the opposite of multiplication is division. If you divide on one side, you divide on the other. Again, we don't change the sign in division. It's only in addition and subtraction. We get x equals, how many times does the 8 go into 16? 2 times. And the 8 in 0 is 0, so it's 20. So how many candies are in each bag? there are 20 candies in each bag. Number 3 says you have 5 boxes of candy and 3 more candies. You divide your candies among 4 friends. If each friend gets a box of candies and 2 extra candies, how many candies were in each box? So you have 5 boxes of candy. Remember that the 5 is the boxes. In here, the X represents the number of candies in each box, which is what we're trying to find. How many candies were in each box? And 3 more candies. You divide them among 4 friends, and each friend gets a box of candies and 2 extra candies. Okay, so in here, what you want to do first is you have variables on both sides, but you cannot cancel them because of this division. So the first thing to do is to cancel that division. If we're dividing, the opposite is to multiply. This cancels and you get 5x plus 3 equals. In here, we're multiplying, but we have to multiply that 4 times each term, so we're doing distributive property. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2 is 8. And now we start canceling. If we have variables on both sides, we have to cancel by subtracting or adding the whole term, including the x. 5x minus 4x is x. Bring down the 3 equals 8. If we're adding, the opposite is to subtract. And x is equals to 5. Each box has 5 candies. Again, we're starting to get into this new quarter. These are fairly simple, but it's just to get us going. With this, we end our lesson. If you can please give us a thumbs up, subscribe around here. This is the link to the entire unit, and here you will find the next lesson. Now you're able to do 4.3 and have fun.